Hello, fans, and welcome to This Day in Baseball, where we're going to bring you a full radio broadcast of today's game. And before we do that, I just want to thank Classic Baseball Radio, and there's a link in the notes where you can check out their full channel. They have many great radio broadcasts. And while you're listening to today's game, if you want to check out much more about the game and the players, look on the links below, and you're going to see links to player pages, the date the game happened, the year it happened, and the play-by-play. Enjoy the game, and check out the links while you're watching the game, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that every time new content comes out, you're going to get that firsthand. And thank you again for checking out This Day in Baseball, and enjoy the game.
Today's game, the Yankees and the Red Sox from Yankee Stadium in New York, is brought to you by the Atlantic Refining Company and your Atlantic dealer, who offer you new Atlantic Imperial gasoline for knock-free power that saves you money. And P. Ballantine & Sons, brewers of famous three-ring Ballantine beer, the crisp refresher. Your host for the first half of today's game, P. Ballantine & Sons, Newark, New Jersey, brewers of Ballantine beer and Ballantine ale. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Bob Delaney speaking to you from Yankee Stadium in New York, where the Yankees and the Red Sox conclude their 1959 get-together with this single game. The 22nd game of the season. The Red Sox have already secured the season series, having won 13 of the 21 games played so far. Two fine right-handers going against each other this afternoon. Tom Brewer for the Boston Red Sox and Bob Turley, who pitched brilliantly in his last outing a week ago against the Cleveland Indians. Pumpsy Green waiting around to be the leadoff hitter against Bob Turley. Turley, who has had an in-and-out season, one of the main reasons for the Yankees' failure to repeat or to put on the good contending show. Turley has had a generally unsatisfactory year, but pitched one of his strongest games of the season last Sunday in helping to bury the Cleveland Indians in that double defeat the Yankees administered to them. Pumpsy Green, a switch hitter, batting left today against right-handed Bob Turley. He was hitting right yesterday against Whitey Ford. Turley's windup in his first pitch of the ball game comes in high, ball one. 1-0 the count to Pumpsy Green. Fine young second baseman. He's worked his way up through the Red Sox organization and was brought up to the varsity at the midpoint of the current year. The pitch taken in for a strike across the letters over the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Turley checking Berra for the sign. The 1-1 pitch to Green is a changeup. Comes in a little high. Ball 2 and strike 1 the count. Very deliberate as always on the mound. Delivers 2-1. It's swung on, hit on the ground to the right side. Bobby Richardson is up with the ball. Goes to Turley at first base as Thornberry had made a move towards the ball. Richardson, however, fielded it, and Turley alertly came over to cover. 1 out. And here is Millette, the center fielder. And here, too, is Mel Allen.
Gary Geiger, batting .245, left-hand batter, takes it a little outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch is inside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Two balls, no strikes. Pete Reynolds to follow. Bob Turley ready, and the 2-0 pitch. Swung on. There's a drive to deep center. Mantle getting back, waiting, and makes the catch. There are 2 outs. And here's Pete Reynolds hitting .310. Bob Turley making his 33rd appearance, has a record of 8-11. One and 3 against the Red Sox. who have taken 13 out of 21 from New York this year. Turley delivers to Pistol Pete, and it's fouled off out of play in the upper deck. Strike one. Next pitch swung on and missed. 2 strikes on Pete Runnels. And the next delivery swung on and fouled off back of third against the lower facade of the upper deck, bouncing down onto the stadium sod. A 2-strike count on Runnels. Here's the pitch. High and inside, ball 1, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the pitch. High, attempted curve, didn't work. 2-2 the count now on Pete Runnels. Lopez in left, Mantle in center, Sebring in right, McDougall third, Kubek short, Richardson second, Throneberry first, Barrett catching, Bob Turley pitching to Pete Runnels with 2 outs in the first inning. And the left-hand batter swings and lines it out into center field for a base hit. Mantle up for the ball, tosses back in to Kubek, and Runnels is on with a single to center, which allows Gene Stevens to come to bat, hitting .275. Turley to the stretch, steps off the rubber for a moment. Back on. Bob again to the stretch. Runnels leads away. They pitch to Stevens. It sails outside. Ball 1. Jackie Jensen on deck. One ball, no strikes. And the delivery. It's high. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Turley checking with Yogi. Again to the stretch. He's fallen behind Gene Stevens, left-hand hitter. And the pitch. It's in there, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Bob Turley's delivery swung on and missed. Strike 2, 2-2. Yes, sir, there are going to be big doings here next Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday afternoon. An extra special ladies' night Friday night. Family Day next Saturday. A lot of entertainment. And big prizes to be given away next Sunday. We're giving away Pete Callison for one. Sending him back to William and Mary. There goes the runner. The pitch is swung on and fouled back up here. Oh, Saturday you're going down. I hope everybody down at William and Mary, does a little sprucing up and cleans out all the maternity houses. I mean by clean them up, Callison is coming. The place hadn't been the same since he left. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Gene Stevens. Runnels leads away from first base. Turley's pitch. There goes the runner. Swung on and fouled back out of play. Count remains 2-2. You know, one of the nicest things that happened yesterday, and didn't learn about it until afterwards, after the game, Sammy White came up to bat one inning, and unnoticed by the crowd and anyone else, he slipped Yogi a check for the scholarship fund from the Red Sox players. Here's the delivery. Swung on, hit by first. Richardson gobbles it up, throws to first too late. It's a base hit for Gene Stevens. Richardson made a fine play on the ball way out on the grass. Couldn't do much about it. When he threw, Stevens really outlegged it. That brings up Jackie Jensen with 2 men on base and 2 outs. Runnels on second, Stevens on first. Jensen hitting .269. Two men lead away. And the pitch. Swung on, foul back upstairs, strike one. Jackie with 105 runs batted in trails Colavito by 3 for the league lead in RBIs. Turley checks the runners leading away from first and second. The pitch to Jensen misses outside. Ball one, 1-1. Frank Malzone on deck. Outfield straight away. Jackie up there ripping. A stretch. Runners lead away from first and second bases. Here's the pitch. Right in there. Strike two. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, the stretch. Runners lead away from first and second. The pitch, curveball, is outside, and the count is 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pete Runnels leading off second. Gene Stevens off first. Turley ready. Checks the runners. Here's the pitch, and Jensen swings and grounds it foul down the third base line. Count remains 2-2. Hit that one on the handle and stung his right hand. Jackie shakes it off. Two balls, 2 strikes. Pete Runnels leading away from second. Gene Stevens from first. They both single with 2 outs. Stretched by Turley. Here's the pitch to Jensen. Fastball swung on, fouled off again upstairs, and the count remains 2-2. Once more, the runners lead away from first and second. Turley delivers to Jensen, curves outside, ball 3. Full count. You got him down in the spot now where the runner is breaking. Turley, most probably, it is rear back and fired. The stretch. There go the two runners. Fastball swung on and popped foul, out of play. Yogi is after it, but the ball kept fading away. Count remains 3-2. John Flaherty dusts off home plate. Red Sox seeking to get the jump here in the first inning. With 2 down, Pete Runnels singled to center and Gene Stevens singled past first. And Jackie Jensen's worked the count to 3-2. Runners ready to go. The stretch by Turley. There go the runners. The pitch swung on, fouled off again, out of play upstairs. Jensen hanging in there. Frank Malzone's on deck. Full count, 3-2. Runnels leading away from second. Stevens away from first. Turley taking plenty of time. Now goes to the stretch. Jensen dug in, looking for the fast one. There go the runners. The fastball is swung on and drilled into deep left center. Mantle racing hard and makes the catch, and the side's retired. Mickey took off with a crack of the bat and made a fine running catch. Now, hard hit ball. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. Score at the end of the first half, the first inning. Boston nothing. New York coming to bat.
To be crisp, a beer must be icily light, with true lager flavor precisely right. Lively, golden, crystally clear, the crisp refresher. Valentine beer. Hey, get your cold beer. Hey, get your Valentine. Hey, get your cold beer. Get your ice-cold Valentine beer.
Like the song says, to be crisp, a beer must have lightness plus true lager flavor. And Valentine's got them both. Enjoy the crisp refresher. First chance. Bobby Richardson, Tony Kubek, and Mickey Mantle will be the first 3 men up in the last of the first. Bobby Richardson takes a strike. 0-1. Now the delivery. It's low for a ball. 1-1. Pitch is inside. Ball 2. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tom Brewer doing the pitching for the Red Sox. A right-hander to the windup. In comes the pitch. Swung on. It's a high pop-up out around second base. Don Budden makes the catch, and there's one away. Now Tony Kubek, hitting .283, moves up. Brewer to the windup. The pitch is low. Ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Milwaukee is now leading Philadelphia 4-0 at the end of 3 innings. The Braves got a shot in the arm, so to speak, yesterday with the Dodgers double feat of the Giants. Here's the pitch, and it's outside. Ball 2. Although they would seem to have somewhat a little bit tougher schedule remaining with considering the 3 they have with Pittsburgh. The 2-0 delivery. Swung on. Ground ball hit to short. Backhanded by Budden. A flip to first in time. Nice play. 2 up and 2 away. Here's Mickey Mantle hitting .285. And Yogi Berra on deck. Tom Brewer with a record of 10-11. Swings to the windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on, lined into left field for a base hit. The throw comes in from Gene Stevens, and Mantle is on with a single to left field. Here's Yogi Berra, batting .282. Brewer checks Mickey, and the pitch. Low inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. No score, first inning. 2 men out. The pitch is low inside, ball 2, 2-0. Now the pitch. Over. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike on Yogi Berra. 2 outs in the last of the first inning. Mantle on first. Here's the delivery. Swung on. It's a high pop. First baseman Pete Runnels moves toward the mound and makes the catch. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on at the end of the first inning. 0-0. Looking now at the Ballantyne scoreboard in the American League, Washington 1, Baltimore 0 at the end of an inning. Pasquale against Odell. Dobek hit a homer in the first for Washington. Cleveland, Kansas City, a later afternoon start. Detroit at Chicago. It's going to be Mossy against Pierce. In the National League, Milwaukee 4, Philadelphia 0 at the end of 3.5 innings. Hank Aaron homered in the first inning, number 39, and Eddie Matthews got number 41 in the third with 1 on, which ties him for the Major League lead with Ernie Banks and Rocky Colavito. No, that's right, Ernie Banks has 42. Colavito leads the American League with 41. Burdette for Milwaukee and Roberts for Philadelphia. Cincinnati 0, Pittsburgh batting in the first inning. Brosnan against Law. Dodgers and Giants start later. Chicago at St. Louis. Drabowski against Bob Blaylock. Now in the second inning, Frank Malzone will lead off with Sammy White and Don Budden to follow. is inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Frank, a .280 hitter. Bob Charlie ready. And the pitch. Swung on. It's a high pop foul down the left field line. And the ball is caught by Coop. No, he dropped it in. It's foul ball. But he dropped it, hit the glove, and bounced on into the stands. Had his back to the plate. No error on it. He went a long way for it. One ball, 1 strike. Turley's pitch to Frank is swung on. There's a fly ball into left, fairly deep. Lopez is under it and makes the catch. 1 away. Now Sammy White, hitting .285. Turley's delivery swung on, and it's a high foul down the first base line and right at the edge of the stands. Throneberry reaches in, and he did not get it. 1 strike. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. No score, 2nd inning. Turley's delivery is outside. Ball 1, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Outside, ball 2, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on, lined out over a second into center for a base hit. Mantle up with the ball. White takes his turn, holds up as the throw comes in to Richardson. Sammy White singles to center. He's having his best year as a hitter. Now Don Button, batting .233, but he has something like 90 bases on balls. He's hit fairly well against New York. Right-hand hitter has 91 bases on balls. The pitch, curveball, is low outside. Ball 1. He's a patient man. Turley ready. The pitch, low, ball 2, 2-0. Has pretty good judgment in the strike zone. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Here's the next pitch, and it's inside, ball 3. Three nothing count on Button. The 3-0 pitch. It's in there. Strike 1, 3-1. Turley ready. And the 3-1 pitch is swung on, hit grounded to short. Kubek over to Richardson for one, back to first, double play. That retires the side. No runs, one hit, no errors, no one left on. The Yankees' 150th double play. At the end of an inning and a half, Boston nothing, New York nothing. Frosty Cool Ballantine beer, the crisp professor. Sounds good, it is good. Most beers are light enough, but a little too light on flavor to really refresh you. That's not right when you come to talking about smooth, delicious Ballantine, because Ballantine beer is the crisp kind of light with true lager flavor. Proves a beer can be truly light and still give you all the honest-to-goodness lager beer flavor you want. That's why Ballantine beer is the crisp refresher. Ballantine beer, the largest selling beer in the East. We pause for station identification.
Quality modern radio, WOKO, Albany, New York. Stay tuned for Troy Buick Baseball Roundup immediately following today's game, brought to you by Ballantine Beer and Ale and the Atlantic Refining Company.
Sebring hitting .272. Tom Brewer doing the pitching. Tom Brewer, the right-hander, to the windup. The pitch to Sebring. Inside, the ball hits the dirt, skips back to the backstop. A 1-0 count. Brewer's next pitch, way outside. Ball sailed away to the other side of the plate and got away from White. There were two pitches, both of which would have been wild pitches had there been runners on bases. White goes out now to say something to Brewer. A 2-0 count. The 2-0 pitch. Swung on. There's a drive to deep center. There goes center fielder Geiger way back, and he makes the catch at the running track. About 440 feet away. Gary Geiger broke beautifully with the ball, raced back to the running track in almost dead center. One away. That ball is clouded, but straight away. A home run in any other ballpark in the major leagues. Here's Hector Lopez batting .282. And the pitch in there, strike one. 0-1. Next delivery is low outside. Ball one, 1-1. Red Sox and Yankees scoreless. It's the last half of the second inning. The 1-1 pitch. High, ball two, curveball attempt, but it slipped. The 2-1 delivery, swung on, a little roller hit down the third baseline. Malzone up with it, throws on to first in time. Lopez is out. 2 away. Marv Throneberry, batting .249. Left-hand batter. Brewer's pitch in there for a strike. 0-1. It has come to light today, an odd accident has sidelined Ryan Duran for the rest of the season. The pitch is in there for a strike. As you know, he was hit on the shin the other day and was out for 3-4 days, but he was back and the bullpen ready to be used if needed. When the game is over, he was rushing out of the bullpen, accidentally tripped and fractured his right wrist. Pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. At the end of 2 innings of play, Boston, no runs, 3 hits, no errors, 2 left on. The Yankees, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. So Ryan Duran has suffered a fracture of the right wrist and is out for the rest of the season. Washington leading Baltimore 1-0 end of 2 innings. And in the National League, the Phils just came up with 2 runs on the last of the 4th. So that at the end of 4 innings, it's Milwaukee 4, Philadelphia now 2. Pittsburgh leading Cincinnati 4-1 end of an inning and a half. Going into the 3rd inning, Tom Brewer is first at bat. Then the leadoff man, Pumpsy Green and Gary Geiger. Turley's pitch in there, strike 1. Outfield pretty well spread out. Next delivery, outside. Ball 1, 1-1. The 1-1 delivery hits the handle of the bat. Skips foul to the right of the plate. 1-2. A glancing blow. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball lined right back to Turley. Head high. And there's one away. Now Pumpsy Green coming up. Grounded to Richardson in the 1st inning. Turley's pitch is over for a strike. Next delivery is a curve, and it misses. 1-1. Next pitch is a curve over. Strike 2. He started to bunt. Nothing. First of the 3rd. Next pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. 2 down. And Gary Geiger's coming up. He flied to center in the 1st inning. Batting .245. Turley delivers to Geiger. Swings and grounds it down the first baseline. Lost by Throneberry. Throws to first too late. Throneberry allowed the ball to spin away from him. And it's an error charged to Throneberry. And here's Pete Runnels coming up. Pete singled in the first inning. Hits a little tap to the mound. Turley has it, throws on to first, and the side's retired. No runs, no hits, one error, and one man left on. At the end of 2.5 innings, Boston nothing, New York nothing. Stop. Now we're getting ready to move into the last of the third with Gil Mcdougall coming up. Bob Turley to follow, and then Bobby Richardson. Tom Brewer to the windup. The pitch to Gil is in there. Strike one. Mcdougall hitting .246. Brewer again to the windup, and the pitch is low for a ball. 1-1. One ball, one strike. And the delivery. Right over, 1-2. One ball, two strikes. The pitch is a curve inside, and the count is 2-2 now. The 2-2 pitch to Mcdougall. Look out, sailed high and inside. Ball three. Full count. Red Sox and Yankees scoreless. It's the last of the third. The payoff pitch on its way to Gil. Ball four, just inside, just missed, and he's aboard. Second Yankee base runner. Bob Turley coming out, hitting 89, 4 for 45. Here's the pitch. It's bunted toward first. Runnels up with it, fires to second base, and the throw back to first. Not in time. Boy, that was a good play Runnels made. He just charged that ball, picked it up, and whirled and fired. Mcdougall forced at second. Runnels to Button. To Green, rather. No, to Button. Green covered first on the relay back, which Turley beat. Bobby Richardson, who popped out to short in the first inning, coming up, hitting .296. Brewer ready. The pitch to Bobby inside. Brewer is just a little bit on the wild side today with some of his pitches. They're sailing on him. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, lined into center for a base hit. Turley trots on down to second. Throw comes in from Geiger. 14th straight game which Richardson has hit safely. Tony Kubek grounded to short in the first, hitting .283. If you watch ball games, you see the value of execution. The failure of Curley to bunt kept the Yankees from scoring. The pitch to Kubek is in there for a strike. Trying to get that extra base, go from first to third, trying to move a man up a base with the bunt. Big plays. Now the pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the right of the plate. Strike 2, 0-2. Tom Brewer delivers. Fastball gets the inside corner. Called strike 3. Kubek caught looking. That's the second out. And here's Mantle, who singled to left in the first inning, batting .287. The Tigers got 2 runs in the first inning against Chicago. White Sox are batting. Mossy and Pierce. Two men down, 2 men on. Brewer pitches to Mantle. Look out. Backs him out of there. Ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Runners lead away from first and second. The pitch. Inside. Curve. Ball 2. 2-0. A 2-0 count on Mantle with Curley on second and Richardson on first with 2 outs in the third inning. No score. Now the pitch. It's low, ball 3, 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. Mantle looks at Crissetti to see if he's got a green light. Runners lead away. And the pitch. It's low for ball 4. Mantle walks and that loads the bases. Curley moves to third, Richardson to second, Mantle to first. Yogi coming up, batting .281. Popped out to the first baseman in the first inning. As Mantle's 99th base on balls. 3 on and 2 out. Check that, his 93rd. The pitch to Yogi's inside, ball 1. Two outs, 3 on. Brewer to the windup and the pitch to Berra. Swung on and fouled back. Strike 1, 1-1. Here are the kids in the background. Good place to bring them. 1 ball, 1 strike. Three men lead away. The windup by Boer. The pitch to Yogi. High. Ball 2. 2-1. Brewer wants a new ball to throw. Shirley on third, Richardson on second, Mantle on first. 2 outs. 2 balls, 1 strike. Brewer pitching to Berra. No score, last of the third. The right-hander to the windup. Around comes the right arm. In comes the pitch. Swung on it, missed. Strike 2. 2-2. Yogi really leveled. Two balls, 2 strikes. 3 men lead away. The windup by Brewer and the pitch. Swung on, foul back, out of play. The windup and the pitch. Swung on and looped to left field. Coming fast is left fielder. It's a base hit. Here comes Richardson following Turley in, and Mantle goes to third. Yogi loops the single to left for 2 runs, sending Mantle on to third. Gene Stevens tried a shoestring catch and couldn't make it. Berra hit an outside pitch, which would have been ball 3. Just punched it out to left field. Scoring Turley and Richardson. Sending Mantle to third, bringing up Norm Sebring. Yogi, 68 runs batted in. Sebring flied to center in the second. The pitch outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch to Norm, swung on, the ground ball hit the green. He's up with it, throws to Reynolds, and the side's retired. Green to Reynolds, second to first. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. At the end of 3 innings, New York 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. Boston no runs, 3 hits, and no errors. Washington leading Baltimore 1-0, end of 3.5. Odell and Pasquale, Dobek homered in the first. Tigers 2, White Sox batting in the first inning, Mossy and Pierce. Cleveland, Kansas City later start. National League, Milwaukee 4, Phils 2 into 4.5, Burdett and Roberts. Aaron got his 39th and Matthews his 41st. Pittsburgh 6, Cincinnati 1 into 2.5, Law against Brosnan with Schmidt and Austin in relief. Dodgers Giants start later. Cubs 1, Cards nothing, end of 1, Drabowski against Bob Blaylock. Have you tried Ballantine Light Lager lately? Well, do it and get set for a real taste treat. Enjoy the crisp kind of light with true lager flavor. Ballantine Beer, the crisp refresher. We're waiting for Turley to come out. He'll be out in a moment, but coming in right now is the Scooter. Phil Rizzuto taking over on this pleasant Sunday afternoon with his pleasant countenance, his pleasant voice, and his pleasant demeanor. You ever been up to Pleasantville?
Very good, Bill, and it is a beautiful day. And we've got ourselves a pretty good ball game here. And there's a few other real good ball games going on around the circuit that really mean a lot. in this pennant race. Bob Turley's taking an awful lot of time coming out. Bob was on base for quite some time. So while Bob is getting ready to come out of the Yankee dugout, we'll pause now for station identification.
Quality Modern Radio, WOKO in Albany, New York. Stay tuned for Troy Buick's Baseball Roundup immediately following today's game. Brought to you by the Atlantic Refining Company and Ballantine Beer and Ale.
All right, there's Bullet Bob Turley ready now to go out on the mound. Remember, when a pitcher gets on base and stays out there for some time, and Turley was on base for quite a while before coming on a score on Yogi's base hit, kind of takes a little bit extra out of them. They have enough to do out there on the mound, firing that ball for 9 innings. And so Turley took a little bit of extra time. Gus Marsh, the Yankee trainer, administering to Turley. Some players, you know, take some dextrose tablets to give them a little quick energy, little sugar tablets. On the real hot days in hot weather, Gus has the salt pills handy. Slices of orange. Little things that give you that quick pickup that is so important to a ball player so that they have that little extra when they need it. Now we're ready to go here in the top of the 4th inning. Gene Stevens, who singled in the 1st inning, will be the batter. Stevens batting .278. Tall and slender. Turley ready on the mound. McDougall in at third. The slow curve is over. Strike 1 call. The Yankees 2 and the Red Sox nothing here in the top of the 4th. Ted Williams was sitting on the bench getting a little of this beautiful sunshine. He has now gone back to sit in the shade for a while. Pitch high outside, ball 1-1. Now he's back on the bench again. Looks like Ted's getting on Turley a little bit. Trying his hand at bench jockeying after so many years. The 1-1 pitch is popped foul and back out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's been quite some speculation as to what Williams will do when he retires, if he should retire at the end of this year. He said he has an announcement to make, but we'll wait till the end of the year to make it. Some say he might move into the front office of the Red Sox, maybe take up broadcasting, maybe even try his hand at managing. Who knows? Strike 3, swings and misses at an outside fastball. Turley gets his 2nd strikeout of the ball game, and here's Jackie Jensen, who lined to deep left center field in the 1st inning. Jackie batting .268. Pitch to Jensen is a strike on the outside corner. Jackie has quite an enviable record. He won All-American honors in baseball and football at the University of California. The only person to play in the World Series All-Star game as well as a Rose Bowl and East-West football game. Curve outside and low, ball 1-1. Besides that, he's married to an athlete in her own right, the former Zoe Olsen, an American Olympic team diving champion. The 1-1 pitch. Curve is lined to left field, and Lopez coming in. He has to play it on 1 hop. It's in there for a base hit. Jensen hit a high curve ball on a line in the left field. Hit number 4 off Bob Turley. And here's Frank Malzone, who flied to left in the 2nd inning. Malzone batting .280. Youngster born right here in the Bronx. With 1 out, the Yankees leading 2-0 in the top of the 4th. Throneberry holding first against Jensen. Outfield playing Malzone deep and a little bit around towards left. Pitch to Malzone is hit to right center field. Mantle going back. Turns under it now and makes the catch. That's 2 outs. And with 2 out, here's Sammy White, the catcher, who singled to center his first time at bat. White batting .287 which, if he can hold it to the end of the year, will be his all-time high in hitting since coming into the big leagues. Sammy's previous high was 282 in 1954. Last year he batted 259. 2 out, the stretch to look at Jensen. The pitch high inside, ball 1. Sammy was quite a basketball player in his college days. The University of Washington. Right-hand hitter with a closed stance. And Jensen, what a jump he had. Yogi doesn't even throw. What a jump he had. Jackie went down there standing up. He just guessed with Turley and guessed right. Yogi just shook his head and threw the ball back to Turley. A stolen base for Jensen. His 18th stolen base of the year. Detroit at Chicago. The Tigers scored 2 in the first. The White Sox scored 1. Detroit leading 2-1 at the end of 1. Marcy against Pierce. And so the Indians, with an eye on the scoreboard, still have an outside chance for the American League pennant. Pitch, curve, hit on a ground base hit to right field. In the corner, White around first base, going to second. The run scores, and White slides, and he's in there. As Sebring had a little bit of trouble fielding that one in the right field corner. So that heads-up hustling base running by Jackie Jensen shows in the box score with the first run of the ball game for the Red Sox. An RBI for Sammy White, his 42nd of the year, his second hit in the ball game. A double all the way for Sammy White. Hit number 5. Pitch to Button is on the outside corner, strike 1. For Sammy, his 13th double of the year. One reason why White is a much improved hitter is his ability to hit to all fields now. He used to be strictly a pull hitter. But he's able to pop that ball where it's pitched. Button hit into a fast double play in the second inning. Batting .233. Takes a pitch inside. Ball 1-1-1. White with a good-sized lead off second base. Fastball is high inside again. Ball 2, 2-1. Yankees 2 and the Red Sox 1 now in the top of the 4th inning with 2 outs, running down at second base. Beautiful day for a ball game. Stretched by Turley. The pitch is a ground ball over Turley's head. Richardson on the shortstop side of second base throws in the dirt, and it gets away from Thornberry, and here comes Sammy White to score. And that will probably be an infield single and an error on the throw, allowing Sammy White to score. The score is tied. Richardson was on the shortstop side of second base by at least 10 feet, threw the ball off balance. Couldn't quite get it there in time. The ball hit in the dirt and bounded past Thornberry. And it's a single, and somebody will have to get an error allowing Sammy White to score, unless they figure that White would have scored anyway. But Sammy actually had stopped at third, and so they've given the error to Bobby Richardson on the throw. And now the score is tied. 2-2. Here's Tom Brewer, who lined back to the box. A ground ball is short. Kubek on one hop. Another ball hit well to Richardson for the force on Button. So in the top of the 4th, the Red Sox come up with 2 runs on 3 base hits, 1 Yankee error, 1 man left. The score at the end of 3.5 innings, the Red Sox 2 and the Yankees 2. The crisp kind of light, the kind with true lager flavor, that's the crisp refresher Ballantine beer. So open up or order up some frosty, cool Ballantine right now, okay? Okay. Sounds like Dennis James a little bit. I don't sound like Dennis James, Pappy. That okay, okay. It's one of Dennis' pet phrases. In the bottom of the fourth inning, Hector Lopez, who bounced to third, leading off for the Yankees. Brewer's first pitch is swung at and missed. Strike one, a changeup curveball. Lopez out in front. Hector batting .281. Wind up by Brewer. Curve is outside a little bit this time. Ball 1-1-1. Fastball swung at and missed. Strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is pop foul out of play in the upper deck. On deck, Marv Throneberry. Frank Crissetti coaching at third. Ralph Houck down at first. Curve fouled at the plate. Hit the plate and bounced up and hit Lopez. Count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the windup by the right-hander. Fastball fouled again in the upper deck. Here's the windup by Brewer. Changeup hit on the ground at third. Malzone's up with it. Over to Runnels, and it's 1 away. With 1 out, here's Marv Throneberry, who struck out swinging in the second inning. Throneberry batting .247. The first pitch to Throneberry is a curve low, ball 1. This is the time of the year when it's really rough seeing that ball coming from the pitcher. And pitchers have a decided advantage against the batters with the shadows halfway across the field. Curve fouled at the plate. Nice play by the umpire, John Flaherty. Ball took 1 hop up in the air, and John turned around and caught it one-handed. Ready for the 1-1 pitch. Curve is popped in the air to the left side. Don Budden is moving back to shortstop in short center field under it and makes the catch. That's 2 away. And with 2 out, here's Gil Mcdougall. Gil walked in the third inning. Batting .246. As we were saying, it's tough for the batter to get around on the ball. There's only been 1 ball pulled for a base hit. That was Jensen's single in the 4th inning. All the other base hits have been to either straightaway center field or to the opposite field. Pitch to Gil is a foul down the right field line, strike 1. Mantle lined to single to left and batting left-handed. Yogi single to left, batting left-handed. And Richardson single to center for the Yankees, 3 base hits. And of all the 6 base hits for the Red Sox, only the one Jensen pulled to left field was gotten around by a batter. So they're a little late swinging. Curve outside. Ball 1-1-1. It's hard to pick the ball up the way you would during the early part of the year or the middle of the summer. 2 out, nobody on. Tie score. The pitch to Gil is low outside. Ball 2, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch is in there. Strike 2 called, 2-2, and it looked like Gil lost that ball. And you can lose the ball, too. Now, I was hit in the head twice while playing for the Yankees, and both times I never saw the ball. All I can remember is the catcher yelling, "Look out!" And I turned to look at the catch, and I got hit. I lost the balls altogether. Ground ball hit back to the box. Brewer gloves it, goes to Runnels in time for the out. The Yankees go down in 1-2-3 order in the bottom of the 4th inning. Nothing across. The score at the end of 4 full innings. The Red Sox 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. The Yankees 2 runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors.
We're on the go with the rest of the game, brought to you by the Atlantic Refining Company and your Atlantic dealer, who offer you new Atlantic Imperial gasoline for knock-free power that saves you money. Get Atlantic Imperial at your Atlantic dealers today.
Atlantic keeps your car on the go. For business, for pleasure, in any kind of weather, Atlantic keeps your car on the go.
When you want to go places and do things, what a pleasure your driving can be.
For quality products and not service, your Atlantic dealer is the man to see. Atlantic keeps your car on the go, 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 go. Keep on the go with Atlantic.
Hey, wait a minute. We got a new pitcher coming in here. This is Don Lawson. So, maybe Turley pulled something. Otherwise, he wouldn't be coming out of here in a 2-2 ball game going into the 5th inning. So, one big right-hander is followed by another one even bigger. And Don Lawson is taking over to pitch to the top of the Red Sox batting order. So just as soon as we get any information about the removal of Turley at this stage of the game, we certainly will pass it on to you. Big Don Lawson. This makes him, of course, the pitcher of record as he walks in. Don has won 6, lost 7. And at the start of the year, with a lot of rest between starts, he got up to 6-1. In fact, he was 5-0, then 5-1, then 6-1. So now that he's 6-7, he hasn't won a ball game since 13th of June when he beat Bunning in Detroit. Now here's Green, the switch-hitting second baseman, batting left-handed against Lawson. Big towering right-hander delivers a fastball low outside. Ball 1. We got one more series of games here at the stadium this coming weekend. The Orioles, driving to finish in the first division, will be here. The Yankees trying to hang on to third. Pitch is over for a strike. And it's a series of Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday afternoons. And the Yankees, to show their appreciation of the loyal support which the team has received this year. Yesterday, the Tennis put the at-home paid over the $1.5 million. There's a ground ball to second. Green is out. The Yankees have arranged a very interesting weekend. In addition to the ball games on Saturday and Sunday, there will be a series of athletic contests preceding them. Additional entertainment is being planned. And Friday night is to be ladies' night. And Saturday's an innovation. It'll be Children's Day. Any child, boy or girl, accompanied by an adult who purchases a ticket will be admitted free. That's on Saturday. So, Mom, Dad, there's your chance to bring the family. And we're certainly having beautiful weather this time of the year. And those Orioles and their young pitchers and Mr. Wilhelm and that knuckleball will be very busy fellas. Geiger tries to bunt a ball and bunts it foul. Strike 2. Slender center fielder. Hitting .244.
Hal Baker coaching down at first base. Billy Jergis coaching at third. John Flaherty is the plate umpire. Frankie Amott at first. Charlie Berry at second. Jim Honachek at third. 2-2 tie. Lawson delivers, and there's a ball fouled back. Went in and then bounced right back out of the press box. We have not yet been advised of the reason for removing Turley, coming in with Lawson. 2-strike pitch. Inside, under the hand, ball one. If you haven't been with us all afternoon, we'll repeat again that it was discovered this morning that Ron Duran has a fractured right wrist. He accidentally tripped and fell coming from the bullpen back to the clubhouse after the game yesterday. Geiger takes low, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is Lawson's ball game to win or lose. Berra catching. Thornberry at first. Richardson, who has hit already today to make it 14 straight. Longest hitting streak of the year for the Yankees at second. Geiger hits a ground ball at Lawson off the mound, fields halfway first and throws him out. Kubek at short, McDougall at third. Lopez in left and looking increasingly sure out in left field. Mantle in center and Sieben in right. 2 down, top of the fifth. Pete Runnels, 1 for 2. Hitting .311. He's the only 300 hitter that the Red Sox have. Cuts and fouls the ball into the upper stands. Back of the visitors' dugout. Strike one. Another foul, same area, strike two. Runnels has his forward foot, his left-hand batter, pointed at the shortstop. He hits to left and left center. Lawson right hands, and Runnels swinging, punches the ball through between third and short. That's just where he gets most of them. This is hit number 1 off Lawson, hit number 7 for the Red Sox. For Runnels, it gives him 170 hits. You know, that's a lot of hits. Gene Stevens is 1 for 2. Batting .277. Ball game is hung at 2-2. Lawson checks his runner at first. Runnels pitches. Fastball too low. Ball one. Throw to first. What's he doing? Turley, you'll recall, was on the bases running in the third inning. Well, when he went from first around to third, he pulled the hamstring muscle in his left leg. As the ball hit back off of Lawson's left ankle and goes for a base hit, the ball coming over to the shortstop. Don was finishing his follow throw, and the foot was in the air. So runners at first and second for the Red Sox. Turley will be out several days. The batter is Jensen, who is 1 for 2. Lawson set, checks the lead runner, second pitches. Jensen swinging, hits a high fly ball deep out to left field. Lopez is back under it, and he makes the catch. So that's all for the bid. No runs, 2 hits. Score and a 4.5. The Red Sox 2 and the Yankees 2.
Into the bottom of the fifth inning. The score tied at 2-2. And the Yankees bring Don Larson to the plate to lead off, and then Bobby Richardson and Tony Kubek. Tommy Brewer set to deliver the first pitch, and here's Red.
Over in the National League, you got a half a game separating the three ball clubs. L.A. winning 2 at San Francisco, got it tied. Here's Larson first up against Brewer. Takes a curve low outside, ball 1. But Milwaukee, Los Angeles, and San Francisco have all lost the same number. Milwaukee's played 1 less, and that's reflected in the game's 1 side. Fastball swung on, 1-1. Los Angeles won yesterday afternoon 4-1, and then last night 5-3. LA and San Francisco 82 games won, 66 lost. Milwaukee is 81 and 66. Curve swung on and missed, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch. Outside, ball 2. Slender, graceful right-hander. Tom Brewer, 110, lost 11. Is 3-1 over the Yankees this year. Fields, curve swung on and missed. He's got a good one. Spans Larson. That's his 3rd strikeout. Now Bobby Richardson, in a drive to finish the 300 hitter, is batting at 296. He's hit safely in 14 straight, including this one today. He singled it last time up. He's 1 for 2. The ground ball hit down to 3rd. Malzone digs it. Hits him out at first base. So 2 men are gone. Back to the 5th. Nobody on. And Richardson is 1 for 3. Tony Kubek, 0 for 2, hitting 282. There's a high pop-up. 3rd baseman Malzone is under. Catches it in fair ground for the 3rd out. Into 5. 2 runs, 8 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox. Their final meeting of the year with the Yankees. And for the Yankees, 2 runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors.
Into the top of the 6th inning. Frank Malzone takes ball 1 inside. The Red Sox and the Yankees tied at 2-2. The delivery is a breaking ball at the little inside, ball 2.
There's a line drive hit to right center field, and Mantle can't catch it. He can't even cut it off, and Malzone is going to go anyhow for 3. Stephen is up for the ball. Here's the throw coming to Richardson. They stop him at 3rd base. And, of course, that's the boss man coaching at 3rd, Billy Geiger. That's a line triple for Malzone. Boom! Right up the alley in right center. And that can be an unsettling factor in a 2-2 tie. Sammy White has a single and a double. Lawson pitches, and White swings and hits a high pop fly that's foul back at first base. Thornberry under it. Has it. So White fouls out to the first baseman and is unable to catch Malzone. And Ted Williams is coming up to hit for shortstop Don Button. getting an ovation. Coming up to pinch hit. And quite frankly, it's an open question. Is this the last time he will hit against the Yankees in his career or not? Perhaps he doesn't know. Perhaps it will take events of the winter to make the definition. Ted hitting .248. All right, the infield remains up on him. And wait a minute. And Berra says they're going to put him on. The Yankees are going to deliberately walk him. And, of course, this disappoints the crowd. They wanted to see Theodore swing. Ball 3 and now ball 4. So Williams touched to first, and the applause continues for him. Now Jurgis making another change. He's sending a pinch runner down for Williams. Mahoney. And Williams is applauded as he trots off the field. Jim Mahoney, an infielder, running for Williams, and he may go to short. We'll wait and see, though. All right, so we have runners at first and third. The Yankee infield now is in double play depth. The pitcher, Tom Brewer, is up. 2-2 ball game. Lawson delivers, and Brewer hits a bounding ball down to Richardson, who steps on second, throws to first, double play. Play for it and got it. Still, no runs, one hit. The big threat went by the board. And a 5.5. It is still Boston 2 and New York 2. And Jimmy Mahoney, who went in to run for Williams, who pinch hit for shortstop Budden. Mahoney goes to short now. So the infield for the Red Sox is moving to the last of the sixth inning with the game tied 2-2. Runnels at first, Green at second. Mahoney is at short, and the third baseman is Malzo. The hitter for the Yankees is Mantle with a single and a walk. Right-hander Tom Brewer ready to go. Mickey batting .287. There's a call strike. Flatter, hand high on the inside. The outfield is Stevens in left, Geiger is in center, and Jensen in right. Catcher White stays low. Strike one pitch is a curve swung on and grounded foul. Back over toward the Yankee bench. Two strikes to Mickey. Hitting left-handed against right-handed Tom Brewer. Curve is high inside. Ball 1. The Yankees finished the season at home. Friday night, which will be ladies' night, with Baltimore next weekend. Saturday afternoon, which will be Children's Day. Any child accompanied by an adult who buys a ticket will be admitted free. Wonderful chance to bring the children. There'll be special pregame events Saturday and Sunday. Mantle picks low. Ball 2. Two balls, two strikes. Last of the sixth. Curve just outside ball 3. Then 2. Mickey crouches, Brewer pitches, outside ball 4. Third walk given up by Brewer, and Mantle has gotten 2 of them. There's Berra, who dropped a single into left field. Third inning with the bases loaded and 2 out, and got in the 2 Yankee runs. Got his RBIs up to 68. Average 283. Outfield plays into pull into right. Mantle off first. Berra swings and pulls it foul down the right field corner. He hit a hot one. Strike 1. Throw the first, nothing doing. Pitch is swung on, grounded into right field, base hit. Mantle is on his way to third, and Berra's on with his second single. Mantle, with his speed, takes the extra base very easily. And the Yankees are now threatening with men at first and third. Their 4th hit, Berra's got half of them. Norm Seaman, 0 for 2. He had a tremendous cloud in the second inning to straightaway center, and Geiger went back and caught it on him. And he was bounced out second to first and to third. Seaman hitting at 270. Infield double play depth. Stevens swings. There's a long fly ball to deep left center field. Stevens goes and makes the one-handed catch, but Mantle can crawl home. Berra was out of second base and has to beat it back to first, and it's 3-2 New York. Gee, that Stevens hit that ball. He's hit 2 long ones today. This is a sacrifice fly. And that was a wonderful one-handed catch by left fielder Stevens to rob Stevens of an extra base hit. You know how far that ball was back at there? If Mantle had been at second, I bet he could have scored. All right, 3-2 New York. Batter is Lopez. Runner at first base, Berra. Brewer's pitch is an inside curve, ball 1. Right-hand batter, right-hand pitcher. Lopez set. Hit the fastball. That Malzone comes over his throat to second. I got one. No. Green dropped the ball, and Berra's safe. Green was trying to, 1, get the ball on the first, and 2, get away from there before Berra slid into him, and he didn't hold it. Malzone made a brilliant stop of a sharp ball that was hit to his left. The error's on the second baseman. But now is Thornberry. Runners at first and second. 3-2 New York, 1 out. Curveball swung on and missed. Strike 1. Brewer deals. Thornberry swings on a curve. Strike 2. deals, and it is a curve into the hand. Ball one. Ground ball hit to Green. The second baseman slips to the shortstop, Mahoney, on to first for the double play. So the Red Sox get out of it. That was 4-6 to 3. And the Yankees got a run. On a hit, there was an error. The run was earned. So at the end of 6 out here at the big ballpark, 3 runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors for New York. 2 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error for Boston.
If you want to hear real music to your ears, visit your nearest Atlantic dealer and fill up with Atlantic Imperial. You'll like the difference. The sound of knock-free power that saves you money. The full, smooth sound of a gasoline perfectly balanced to provide your car with today's best combination of power and economy. Yes, new Atlantic Imperial gives you knock-free performance when you press down hard on the accelerator for passing, and even more important in high-compression engines, when you press down just partway to maintain cruising speed. That means maximum economy. So visit your Atlantic dealer today. Try new Atlantic Imperial gasoline. And listen, you'll like the difference. The sound of knock-free power that saves you money. Milwaukee leads the Phillies 5-3 in the 8th. Phillies batting in the last of the 8th. Pittsburgh 10, Cincinnati 1, they're in the 7th. Chicago 4, St. Louis nothing, they're in the 5th. In the American League, Washington 1, Baltimore nothing, they're in the 8th. Cleveland got a run in the top of the first inning to lead Kansas City, with Kansas City batting in the bottom of the first. And Detroit leads Chicago 3-2 as the White Sox try to nail down the 1959 pennant. Pumpsy Green leading off as we go to the top of the 7th inning. Big Don Larson on the mound, and the first pitch comes in high, ball 1.
Curley pitched the first 4 innings, pulled the hamstring muscle in his left leg running the bases, and Larson came out of the bullpen for the start of the 5th. His ball game to win or lose. Green hits a foul ball back of his manager, who is the third base coacher. 1-1. Ball and a strike. Curve, low inside, ball 2. Fastball, high outside, 3-1. Ball 4, and that puts the tying run on to start the 7th. Larry Geiger, slender, young center fielder. They got him from the Indians in that deal they made during the winter. He came along with Wirtz and Pearsall, went to Cleveland. Geiger, left-hand batter, swings and fouls the ball back. Mcdougall, drawn in very much at third, suspicious of a bunt. Boston in position, delivers. Geiger takes a strike. They haven't had to bunt on for him. 2 strikes. Fastball outside, 1-2. Green, who runs well, is at first base. Geiger, left-hand hitter, waiting. Lawson always pitches deliberately. He's set. Deals 1 and 2, and Geiger takes strike 3 called. He slipped the outside corner above the knees on him. First strikeout. Now we have Pete Ronalds, who is 2 for 3 today. Hitting at .312. The Yankees leading in a squeaker, 3-2. Last meeting with the Red Sox. The Yankees have 2 games left down at Washington, and they're home for the final series with Baltimore Friday night, which will be ladies' night, Saturday afternoon, Children's Day, and Sunday. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Ronald's in that severe crouch of his. Lawson steps off. He's watching the runner. Don is never in any hurry. He's going to have everything just right. Ready again. Delivers a fastball outside. Ball 2. Nothing pitch. Outside, ball 3. Three and on, 1 down. Man at first. Ball 4. Fastball that is wide. So, in walking Ronald, this pushes Green, who earlier was walked here in the 7th, down to 2nd. Runners at first and second, and Gene Stevens, who has 2 singles. 2 for 3. Hitting .280. The pitch to Stevens, the left-hand hitter, is low inside across the shins. Ball 1. Stengel has a man getting hot down in his bullpen, of course. The Yankees leading by a half, 3-2. Lawson has walked 2 of the 3 men he's pitched to here in the 7th. Curve, low inside, ball 2. 2-0. Fastball, foul back. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Yankees leading 3-2. fella deals. Stevens fouls this one back. This one ripped through the, that is, off and past the chest protector. John Flaherty, you can hear the sound of it. Two balls, two strikes. Big fella deals, and Stevens hits a foul into the third deck behind home plate. Still 2-2. Don rubbing up a new agate. Stevens, Crouch, swings, and it's a base hit inside first base down in the corner. Here is Green coming in with a tying rod, and around the third goes Runnels. It's a long single. Stevens fielded the ball very well. Stevens went down to first base, took a turn, and then decided he'd better skid back in a hurry. Now it's a brand spanking new ball game. 3-3, and there's number 3-7 walking out to the mound. That's Mr. Casey Stengel. That's the third hit for Stevens. So these two walks, one of them has come home to tie it up. Casey hasn't given a sign yet. He's looking out toward his bullpen. Three ball game. And he wants a replacement. Well, let's see who this is coming out of there. The right-hander, he's got his jacket on his right arm. It is Duke Moss. Mr. Moss is the fireman. Boston pitched 2 1/3 innings. If Moss can get the side out without any scoring, well, that gets Lawson off the hook. Otherwise, Don is responsible for the two men who are now on. Either or both score, and it'll be charged to him. As Moss gets ready, he'll have to pitch to Jensen, who's the big runs batted in fella. Stevens at first is at 3 yesterday. Runnels is at third. This is the top of the 7th. It is a 3-3 tie. Duke is getting to the mound, and Lawson is vacating it. Stengel remains out there to say something to Moss and to Berra. And let's say something to the effect that we'll pause for station identification. Well, Bob Shepard has just announced over the PA that Duke Moss is the pitcher. He has won 13 and lost 8. Whether he will be a pitcher of record remains to be seen. Now, let's see if we can dig out any more information on these other games for you. At the end of an inning, Cleveland at Kansas City, it is 1-0 in favor of Cleveland on a Minoso home run. We'll look back on the printer and see if we've got anything any later. Detroit scored 2 more in the 5th inning at Chicago to lead 5-2. Well, the White Sox are having difficulty getting it mathematically ended. We should have an 8th inning score from Philadelphia in the National League. There it is. It's a tie. Philadelphia has caught Milwaukee. It is 5-5 going into the 9th inning. Boom. 5-5. All right, here's Jensen up. Moss is ready to pitch. This ball game is tied now for the second time. Currently it's 3-3. Reynolds is at third base. Stevens just got his third hit and tied it up at first. Jensen 1 for 3. Takes low. Ball 1. Moss has won 13 and lost 8. He's been both a reliever and a starter, but primarily a starter. Jensen batting .269. Moss in position, the right-handed deals, and Jensen cuts and misses. Strike 1. Well, when Baltimore comes in for the finale series this weekend, it'll be ladies' night Friday. One pitch, curveball over, strike 2. And for Saturday afternoon, children 16 and under, accompanied by an adult, will be admitted free. Also on Saturday, there will be field events to entertain the youngsters. Home run contest featuring Mickey Mantle and Yogi Berra, as well as Gus Viandos and Gene Woodling of the Orioles. And also a throwing contest for accuracy. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jensen is up. High foul ball. Berra comes chasing back. And he can't quite get it, and he goes over on his head in front of the first row of seats. One ball, 2 strikes. And for the last day of the season, a week from today, be on the alert for news of a big surprise planned for you fans by the Yankee management in appreciation of your loyalty and support of the team this year. All right, Jensen up, 3-3 ball game, runners at first and third. 1 out. Moss pitches, and Jensen hits a fly ball to deep left center. Lopez is under it. This will get the run in. There's the catch. The left fielder's throw goes to second base, conceding the run, and quite properly, and to hold the runner at first. So the Red Sox now go ahead, 4-3. Sacrifice fly for Jensen. This gives him his 106th run batted in of the year. And both of the walks that Lawson started the inning with have now been turned into runs. Both runs are charged to him. Here's Malzone, who tripled against Lawson in the 6th inning. Hit it to right center field. Frank batting .281. Takes a curveball, and there goes Stevens down to second base, and he's out. Berra to Richardson. So, that's all. Attempted steal finishes it. 2 runs on 1 hit. There was nobody left. There were no errors. Score end of 6.5. Boston 4 and New York 3.
Listen. Yes, listen. You'll like the difference. When you step down on the accelerator, you want full, knock-free power, not this. And when you press down partway to maintain cruising speed, you want smooth performance, not this. Here's what you get with new Atlantic Imperial gasoline. Smooth performance without knock.
for regular highway driving. That means maximum economy. Listen. You'll like the difference. The sound of knock-free power that saves you money. So try new Atlantic Imperial, the gasoline that keeps your car on the go.
Gil Mcdougall to lead it off with the Yankees as we go to the bottom of the seventh. The Yankee fans up for that seventh inning stretch, now leisurely getting back into their seats to watch the windup of this one. The Red Sox leading 4-3.
The paid attendance this afternoon is 17,199, which pushes the Yankees now 1,500,000 and a little better than 18,000. All right, last of the seventh, McDougall, 0-4-1. It's the first time now that Tommy Brewer has had a lead to work on. He was even with Turley, then he was 2-2 with Turley, then he was 2-2 with Lawson, and he was behind 3-2 with Lawson, and now he's ahead 4-3. Curveball outside, ball one. Pitch swung on. There's a high fly ball out into short right center. Second baseman Green is out under it. He's got it. Now let's see what move Casey makes. His man hasn't come out of the dugout yet. Here he comes now. And this is John Blanchard. Blanchard coming up to hit for Moss. Casey a run behind. So the Yankees will call on a fourth man, eighth inning. Blanchard hitting 167. He's had little opportunity this year. And no opportunity to play with any regularity. All right, 4-3 Boston. Blanchard, a left-hand hitter. Right-hander Brewer pitches, and it's a fastball high inside, and Blanchard drops. Blanchard back up there. Curveball. The bulletin on the board is about Duran. The bulletin says Duran broke right wrist when he tripped yesterday. That's his pitching wrist, too. Curveball is inside ball, too. Right-hander deals. Fastball high outside. 3-1. Three balls, one strike. Brewer double pumping. Fastball high outside, ball four. And Blanchard is on, base on ball, and then that puts the tying run at first. And manager Geiger is out of the Red Sox dugout and on his way to the mound. Now, he has not been out there before, so he's free to go out and check with him, or he may be wishing to make a change. Chance goes down to first base to run for Blanchard. Little pitcher. There's the announcement on Chance. Geiger is not changing pitches. He just went out there to talk to his pitcher, Brewer, and his catcher, White. Here is Bobby Richardson, who was the hottest Yankee with that bat now the last month. He's 1 for 3 today. This is 14 straight games. Earlier this year, he had fifth in 13 straight. He's batting .295. Pitch is low outside. Ball 1. At the end of 8 innings, it is Washington 5, Baltimore nothing. End of 8, Milwaukee 5, Philadelphia 5. Brewer deals, and Richardson bunts at it, doesn't get it. There's a throw down to first, and Chance just does get back. Boy, he almost was step off too much. All right, 4-3 Boston. One out. Chance is a pinch runner. First base. Bobby hits the ball into right center field. It's a base hit, and it is going through for extra bases. Chance is going to score the tying run. Richardson is on his way for third base. There is a relay. Bobby slides, and he is safe with a triple. Well, Richardson hit a liner right on through right center field to the auxiliary scoreboard. That's where it bounced up again. And this makes it a 4-4 ball game. Richardson is now at third base with one out. He's not only got a run of... there's Geiger coming out again, so that automatically is the end for Brewer. That's the 31st run batted in for Bobby. He's not only getting a hit a day, he's usually getting 2 a day. He's on that drive to finish 300. So this is all for Brewer, who cannot be the winning pitcher and might be the losing pitcher if Richardson is picked up and then the Yankees never get headed. 6 in the third inning for Tom, and he is out. Jurgens is motioning for a left-hander out of his bullpen. Speaking of a left-hand relief pitcher, we were talking with Leo Tyler today. His right eye is all black and blue around there where that ball struck. He said, thank goodness that he was able to get his glove partially on the ball so the ball did not hit him with full impact. Richardson has become a tremendous ball player this year once he's given his chance. Standing at third, talking with Crizzetti. And the way Crizzetti is motioning down at second, I think Frank was saying something about how Bobby could gain a step as he made his turn there. Well, Frank Ballman, who was the starting and winning pitcher Friday night, coming on. His 26th ball game, he's 6-4. B-A-U-M-A-N-N, Frank Baumann. Left-handed. He one got hit on the ankle, you recall. And Baumann will be pitching to Kubek, then Mantle. A hand for Brewer as he walks away. After the seventh. Cubs are really scrambling for it. Bauman throwing his pitches down, getting set. All tied, 4-4. Single is bringing a man in. This looks like Elston Howard coming over the fence. Milwaukee, after blowing a 4-0 lead, and then going ahead 5-3, and losing that, is now and then got tied 5-5. Has just come up with 3 runs in the 9th inning. So it is Milwaukee 8, Philadelphia 5. Elston Howard is being brought in across right field from the bullpen. He may hit for Kubek. But Bauman, with this delay, is now being permitted more than 8 pitches. That's what it's going to be. Howard hitting for Kubek. Big hand for Howard. He's hitting 275. Batted in 69 runs. 4-4 ball game, and of course they got to pitch to him. With Mantle on deck, and then Berra. Infield is up. 1 man out. Frank Bauman ready. Richardson off third. Howard hits it a foul and hits it foul into the dirt. Went after a curve. Infield up tight. Outfield around toward left and back deep. Bauman pitches, and Howard hits a long drive down the left field corner. It is a home run. Rather decisive. A home run. And for Elston, that gives him 71 RBIs. That's his 18th home run. And the Yankees are now ahead 6-4, and the batter is Mantle. The tie-breaking run was charged to Brewer, whose responsibility was for Richardson at third. Mantle hitting right-handed against the Bauman. Takes the fastball outside, ball 1. 6-4, favor New York. Strike. Fastball above the knees. Howard got the ball, I'd say 5 feet fair down the left field corner. In a couple of rows of seats. Mantle takes a good curve for call strike 2. It is over at Washington, and the Senators beat the Orioles 5-0. Curve, call strike 3. Now we have 2 men out, back to the 7th. Batter is Berra, who has had singles. His last 2 trips, 2 for 3, batted in 2 runs, first 2. Yogi hitting 284. It is over at Philadelphia. Milwaukee wins a very important ball game, 8-5, but they sure did have to work for it. Pitch is outside. Ball 1. Curve low outside, and it is ball one. The Braves have been moving. Right now, with Milwaukee having won, you've got a three-way exact tie for first place. Exact. Wouldn't that be 7-5 finish in a three-way tie? Curve over for a strike, 2-1. However, later this afternoon on the coast, with both Los Angeles and San Francisco knowing that Milwaukee has won, that it is a three-way tie, those two ball clubs play for it. One of them has got to get hurt. The other's got to go in first place. Berra fouls it off. 2-2. Pitch is strike three swinging. Sidearm curveball. Strikes it out, but before Bauman got the two strikeouts, the Yankees picked up 3 runs, a walk, a triple by Richardson, a pinch hit home run by Howard. End of 7, it is 6-6-2 for New York and 4-10-1 for Boston.
Jim Coates is coming on to try to hold on to the 2-run lead that the Yankees picked up in the 7th inning, thanks to the 2-run homer by Elston Howard. Cletus Boyer has gone in to play shortstop, replacing Kubek for whom Elston Howard pinch hit. And it proved to be a very significant mark.
Defeated Baltimore 5-0. Pasquale all the way the winner. Another complete game for Pasquale. He's had a tremendous year, both in won and loss percentage and for complete games. The loser is Odell, relieved by Lowe's and Fisher. Dobek had a home in the first with nobody on. Cleveland leads Kansas City 3-0 at the end of 3. McLish against Garver. Minoso home in the first with nobody on, and Francona in the third with 1 on for Cleveland. Their hopes are still alive. The Tigers are leading the White Sox 5-4 at the end of 6. Mossy for Detroit. Pierce started. Donovan in the 5th. Lown in the 7th. Keane home in the 3rd with nobody on. Kaline in the 5th with 1 on for Detroit. And Lawler in the 5th with nobody on for the White Sox. In the National League, Milwaukee won a mighty important ball game, scoring 3 runs in the top of the 9th, defeating the Phillies 8-5. The winning pitcher, Joey J, in relief of Lou Burdette. The loser, Roberts. Farrell relieved him. Aaron and Matthews homered for Milwaukee. For Aaron is 39th, for Matthews is 41st. Sawatsky had 1 in the 8th with 1 on to tie up the game. The Pirates defeated Cincinnati 10-1. Low all the way to win them. Brosnan the loser. Los Angeles at San Francisco. Padres against Sam Jones. And the Cubs are leading the Cardinals 4-2 at the end of 5.5. Hillman against Mizell. Moran had a home in the 4th with 2 on for Chicago. As we get ready to go on the top of the 8th, the Yankees lead 6-4. Frank Malzone, who fly to left, fly to center, and triple a right center the batter. Malzone takes a pitch over, strike 1 call. Coates is making his 35th appearance of the year. He's won 6 and lost 1. Malzone batting .281. Pitch is fouled. Back in the mezzanine, out of play. Nothing in 2 to count on Malzone. Fastball pop foul in the upper deck, out of play. Wirtz is on deck swinging a bat. Here's the pitch. It's popped foul and back out of play in the upper deck. Nothing in 2 the count on Frank Malzone. Yankees 6 and the Red Sox 4. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Change-up hit on one hop over Coates' glove. Richardson in back, a second over the throws to first. He dropped the ball. It was in the dirt. Richardson made another pretty play, but again, getting rid of the ball real quick. It goes for an infield single, threw it low, and in the dirt, and Thornberry couldn't quite come up with the ball. It goes as an infield single. Oh, that Bobby Richardson is all over the field. He was on the edge of the outfield grass and back of second base. Came up with that ball and got rid of it real quick, but couldn't get enough on it. And Malzone is on with a single, and here's Vic Wirtz batting for Sammy White. Wirtz is batting .266, has 11 doubles, 7 homers, and 49 runs batted in. Last time Wirtz pinch hit against the Yankees, he doubled off the wall up in Fenway Park, driving in 3 runs. Left-hand hitter. A lot of talk about Wirtz going to the Tigers. That's where he started in the big league. All right, here's the stretch. The pitch to Wirtz is outside, ball 1. Set. Let's put the runner at first. Fastball low, ball 2, 2-0. Jim Mahoney on deck. Thornberry playing in back of the runner at first. The pitch to Wirtz is a strike called on the outside corner. 2-1 the count. Ted Williams made what could have been his last appearance as an active player in a pinch hitting role. Was walked intentionally. All right, the stretch. Pitch is a ground ball. Base hit past Richardson into center. Malzone around second, heading for third. And Wirtz holds at first with a pinch hit single. And that is a ball that Bobby almost got to. Got part of his glove on it, but it was hit like a bullet. He couldn't hold it. Runners at first and third. Nobody out. And Marty Keogh is coming out to bat for Jim Mahoney. Marty Keogh, left-hand hitting outfielder. Batting .237 with 12 doubles, 5 triples, 7 homers, and 26 runs batted in. And Bill Monbouquet, a pitcher, is in the run for Vic Wirtz. So the pinch hitters and pinch runners are coming thick and fast, as are the relief pitchers in the ball game. Runners at first and third, nobody out. The infield back. The stretch and the pitch to Keogh is pop foul back in the upper deck, strike 1. The Yankees 6, the Red Sox 4. This lead has changed 1, 2, 3, 4 times. The lead has changed. First the Yankees. Red Sox tied it. The Yankees again. The Red Sox went ahead, then the Yankees went ahead. Another foul back in the upper deck, out of play. Strike 2, 0-2 the count. Malzone at third, Monbouquet at first. right, Coach ready. Check the sign with Yogi. Here's the stretch. Pitch is high inside, ball one. Nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning. Both runners leading away. Fastball is popped foul back in the upper deck. 3 in a row, almost in the same spot. Coach goes to the rosin bag. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the stretch position by Coach. Pitch is pop foul. Off the top of the upper deck, going down below this time. Hill getting underneath those fastballs thrown by Coach. Now the new baseball. Coach is set with it. Look at the runners. The pitch is high, ball 2, 2-2. And let's pause right now for station identification.
Quality modern radio, WOKO, Albany, New York. Stay tuned for Troy Buick's Baseball Roundup immediately following today's game, brought to you by Ballantine Beer and Ale and the Atlantic Refining Company.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men on, nobody out. Coach ready. His pitch is pop foul and back out of play again. A lot of foul balls hit today, and as we told you earlier, it's tough to pick up that ball from the pitcher. Everybody swinging a little bit late. Coach changes baseballs. Bouquet leads off first. Malzone off third. The stretch. Pitch is strike 3 swinging. Got him on a fastball. Marty Keogh strikes out. And it's 1 away. And here comes Dick Gernert. Gernert to bat for Frank Bowman. Dick batting .259, has 14 doubles, 1 triple, 11 homers, and 41 runs batted in. The Yankees lead 6-4 in the top of the 8th inning. Red Sox have runners at first and third with 1 out. Milwaukee won their ball game 8-5, and they'll go ahead of either the Dodgers or the Giants. Whoever loses that game, as Milwaukee is just half game behind both teams. All right, here's the stretch. Pitch is fouled back out of play. Strike 1. It's a rough day to step out of that bench cold and go up and pinch hit. Here's the 1-strike pitch. It's strike 2, a swing and a miss on an inside fastball. On deck, Pumpsy Green. Nothing in 2 to count on Gernert. Dick walking around home plate a little bit. Went after a bad pitch. Chokes up in his bat a little bit more now. Pitch. Strike 3 swinging. Bad high fastball. So Coates, after giving up 2 singles, strikes out the next 2 men. And with 2 out and 2 on, here's Pumpsy Green, who bounced to second, struck out, bounced to second again, and then walked and scored a run. Green batting .235. Red Sox needing 2 to tie, 3 to go ahead. Runners lead off first and third. Pitch to Green is a little bit high, ball 1. On deck, Gary Geiger. Again, the stretch by Coates. Pitch is strike, a swing and a miss. One and one the count. Coates ready again. Fastball is a check swing and a tie ball, 2-2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out, and 2 on. Yankees 6, Red Sox 4. Outfield not too deep on Green. Chokes up on that bat. Pitch is strike 2, a swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and 2 on. Jim Coates ready with the sign on the mound. The stretch, the pitch, a line drive to straightaway center field. Mantle moving back and makes the catch, and Mickey almost lost that ball in the sun. He got there, staggered a little bit, and then caught the ball and turned his head at the last second. Green hit the ball well, but right at Mickey in center. So the Red Sox stretch goes by the boards, and for Boston in the top of the 8th, no runs, 2 hits. No Yankee errors, 2 men left. The score at the end of 7.5 innings of play. The Yankees 6 and the Red Sox 4.
Listen. You'll like the difference. Here's engine knock. It can happen when you step down on the accelerator for full power. But knock can also happen when you press down partway to maintain cruising speed. Now, with new Atlantic Imperial gasoline, listen. Smooth, knock-free power for full acceleration and for regular highway driving. 4 miles per gallon for top economy. Yes, here's the sound of knock-free power that saves you money. Listen. You'll like the difference. Try new Atlantic Imperial gasoline to keep your car on the go.
Out on the mound for the Boston Red Sox, Mike Fornielis, a right-hander. Fornielis, making his 44th appearance of the year, has won 4 and lost 3. Relieved against the Yankees here on Friday night, September 18th. Pitched 1/3 of an inning, giving up 1 hit and 1 walk. Didn't allow a run. Saved the game for Baumann. Mike is 5'11", 172 pounds, from Havana, Cuba. For the Yankees, in the bottom of the 8th, Norm Sebring, Hector Lopez, and Marv Throneberry. Pete Daly is catching for the Red Sox. One of the cameramen on the CBS Game of the Week dropped one of his cases that carry some equipment, and it rolled right down the screen, which is in back of home plate, right to the very end. They were very lucky that it did land on the screen and didn't go down. That could have injured somebody, and it rolled right to the very end of the screen. It's still up there. Now, they'll have to wait till the game is over before they can get that. Have to get it from down on the playing field. First time I ever saw that happen. Yes, every once in a while you think you see somebody falling out of that upper deck the way they go for those foul balls. All right, we're ready to go. Fornelli's ready on the mound. New battery. Mike Fornelli's pitching. Pete Daly catching. First pitch to Sebring is a curve that's a little bit high, ball one. Norm batting .270. Fly to center, bounce to second. And hit a sacrifice fly deep to left field. Actually, it was left center. Gene Stevens made a spectacular catch, hauling in the ball, but Mantle scored from third base easily. Fastball is lined to left field, a base hit. Stevens to his right, backhands the ball. Sebring around first, starts for second, then comes back as Stevens makes a perfect throw to second base. It's a good thing that Sebring changed his mind, or he'd have been a dead duck. A line single for Norm Sebring. That's hit number 7 for the Yankees. The Red Sox have 12. Here's Hector Lopez, who bounced to third twice and reached on an error. Hector batting .280. Bobby Richardson's up to .297 now. Boy, he's battling that 300 mark. The pitch is taken over, strike one. Hector bluffed the bunt. At least squared around a bunt, then drew his bat back. One strike on Lopez. Yankees leading 6-4 in the bottom of the eighth. Sebring leading off first. There he goes. The ball is hit on the ground. A base hit. A beautifully placed hit by Lopez, who threw his bat at the ball. And with Pumpsy Green breaking to second base, he hit a slow ground ball right where Green was. And it just rolled out to short right field, and Sebring continued easily to third base. Hector Lopez pulled a Vic power play and threw his bat at a low outside curveball. The ball hit the bat as the bat was out of Lopez's hands and just rolled out in a short right field. Pumpsy Green breaking with the pitch. It was a curveball, so the second baseman was covering. But that is an embarrassing moment for young Mr. Green. Here's Marv Thornberry, who struck out, popped to short, hit into a double play. He swings and misses a fastball, strike one. Thornberry batting .245. That's quite a play when you got that infield moving. A lot of things can happen. Runners at first and third. A ground ball hit slowly to second. Green goes to second for one. They got Lopez. Hector didn't slide. The run scored, and the Yankees lead 7-4. Trying to get this game over with a little early. Force play went from second to short. An RBI for Thornberry. For Marv, his 22nd RBI of the year. The Yankees are leading 7-4. Sebring came on to score his 50th run of the year. And here's Gil Mcdougall. Gil walked, hit to the box, and popped to second. He takes a curve low, ball one. Mcdougall batting .245. Stretch by Fornelli. The pitch is a curve over, strike one call, 1-1 on the count. One ball, one strike, one out, one run in. Curve is swung at and missed, strike two, a low breaking curveball. Getting near that time of the day, getting a little hungry. Sure wish I was at that Cliffside Elks beefsteak dinner they're having right now. We were all invited up there, but of course we couldn't go with the ball game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cornelius sets on the mound. Pitch, sidearm curve, ground ball is short. Runnels to Green for 1, back to first, double play. Remember, Pete Runnels broke in as a shortstop with the Washington Senators, and for the Yankees in the bottom of the 8th, 1 run, 2 hits, no Red Sox errors, nobody left to score at the end of 8 full innings. The Yankees have 7 runs on but 8 hits and 2 errors, while the Red Sox have 4 runs on 12 hits and 1 error.
New Atlantic Imperial gasoline is just what the doctor ordered if you're having trouble with engine knock in your car. You see, New Atlantic Imperial has been specially formulated to help eliminate knock, whether it's knock from accelerating quickly or knock at part throttle when you step down slightly to maintain speed. This means top efficiency and top mileage. New Atlantic Imperial gives your car today's best combination of power and economy. Try a tankful. You'll like the difference. The sound of knock-free power that saves you money. Drive into your Atlantic dealers. Try now the New Atlantic Imperial gasoline with full-range octane for power and maximum economy, keeping your car on the go. On the scoreboard, Washington beat Baltimore 5-0. Cleveland leads Kansas City 3-0 going in the 6th inning. And in the 8th, it's Detroit 5, the White Sox 4. In the National League, Milwaukee beat Philadelphia 8-5. Pittsburgh 10, Cincinnati 1. Dodgers fail to score in the top of the 1st. Padres against Jones. And the Cardinals lead the Cubs 6-4 in the bottom of the 7th. Well, the Red Sox come to the plate in the top of the 9th, trailing 7-4. With the Yankees closing out their next to last homestand of the season. Following these 3, the Yankees go down to Washington and then return to play Baltimore next Friday night, Saturday and Sunday at the stadium, with special events planned on all of those days. In the air to right field, and Hank Bauer makes the catch, and Gary Geiger is out. Bauer had gone into right field for defensive purposes. 1 away, and here's Pete Runnels.
Offensively and defensively, had an RBI and scored a run, 1 base hit, and a sacrifice fly. Here's Pete Runnels, who's 2 for 3, 2 singles, a walk, and a grounder back to the box. Takes a pitch over, strike 1 call. Runnels batting .312. Pete is 3rd in the American League in batting. Left-hand hitter. Takes a pitch below the knees, ball 1-1-1. The 1-1 pitch is taken outside. Runnels ran up as though to bunt at the ball. Pitch was way outside. 2-1 the count. One out in the top of the 9th. The Yankees lead 7-4. Pitch to Runnels is high outside. Ball 3. 3-1. Here's a 3-1 delivery. He swings and fouls it back on the screen for a full count, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Pete Runnels facing Jim Coates. Here's the payoff pitch to Runnels. Way outside, ball 4. That one wasn't even close. Coach walks his first man of the ball game. And it brings up Gene Stevens, who's had a pretty nice day. He's 3 for 4 and struck out his other time. Stevens batting .282. They're not bothering with Runnels at first. Here's the stretch. He's got a big lead. The pitch is outside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. Coach stretches. Delivers a fastball high outside, ball 2, 2-0. And here comes Casey Stengel out of the Yankee dugout to talk with Jim Coates. The Yankees scored 2 runs in the 3rd inning. Came back with 1 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th, and 1 in the 8th, while the Red Sox came up with 2 in the 4th and 2 in the 7th. Bobby Richardson is 2 for 4 and is now batting .297. Everybody pulling for little Bobby to reach that 300 mark. All right, Casey comes back to the dugout. Coates remains in the ball game. 2 balls, no strikes on Gene Stevens. Runnels at first with 1 out in the top of the 9th. The Yankees leading 7-4. Pitch is high outside, ball 3. Here's the stretch. A 3-0 pitch, way outside, ball 4. And here comes the tying run up to the plate, and it's Jackie Jensen, who has flied to center, single to left, flied to left, and hit a sacrifice fly to left field. 1 for 3 for Jensen, batting .269. Stevens at first, Runnels at second, 1 out. Here's the stretch by Coates. Pitch to Jensen is high inside, ball 1. Coates sets again on the mound. Pitch is in there, strike 1 call, and there's the roar from the crowd. 1-1 the count. Jensen now has 106 runs batted in. He still trails Colavito by 2. Rocky has 108, not counting what he's done today so far, if anything. Here's the stretch. Pitch is a ground ball. McDougall bounces it off his glove. No play. Everybody's safe. Gil had the ball, and then it popped out of his glove as he went in the hole between third and short. The bases are loaded. It's a hit for Jackie Jensen, an infield single off McDougall's glove. The bases are loaded with 1 out, and here's Frank Malzone. Hit number 13 for the Red Sox. And nobody's leaving this ball game. It's been a very unusual one. The bases are loaded. Malzone, who flied to left, flied to center, tripled to right center field and beat out an infield single, 2 for 4, batting .282. Infield back and double play depth. The windup, pitch, a foul to the right of home plate, strike 1. Youngster almost went out on the field trying to get that foul ball that rolled down in front of the lower box seat. 1 strike on Frank Malzone. Coates into the windup. The pitch, low outside, ball 1-1. Thornberry came charging in back of Jensen, but Yogi didn't make a throw. Jensen at first, Stevens at second, and Runnels at third. And on deck, Pete Daly came on and do the catching when Sammy White left the game. Here's the windup. The pitch is a high pop to the infield. The infield fly rule is called. Malzone is automatically out. Richardson makes the catch. And it's 2 out with the bases loaded and the batter, Pete Daly. Daly's batting .226, has 7 doubles, 1 homer, and 11 runs batted in. Duke Snyder has just hit a home run in the second inning with nobody on, and the Dodgers are leading 1-0 playing the top of the second inning. Two men out, the bases loaded. The pitch to Daly is a strike call. The fastball down the middle just above the knees. The one-strike pitch is a ground ball to short. Up with it, Boyer to throw to first in time, and the ball game is over. The ball game is over. The Yankees win it 7-4, the final appearance for the Boston Red Sox this year. And the fellas yelling to each other, good luck, have a good winter. And while Pete Callison gets the totals ready.
Well, that wraps up another Atlantic baseball broadcast. Our next game will be Tuesday night at Washington. All of it sent to you by the Atlantic Refining Company.
New York Yankees, 7 runs on just 8 hits, 2 errors, and 12 men left on base. For the Boston Red Sox, 4 runs on 13 hits, 1 error, and 12 men left on base. The winning pitcher is Duke Moss, who pitched just 1 inning and gets credit for the win. Duke's record now, 14 wins and 8 defeats. And the losing pitcher is Tom Brewer, who started his record 10 wins and 12 defeats.
Yes, that winds up another Atlantic baseball broadcast, and we hope you'll be tuned in for our next one. All of it brought to you by the Atlantic Refining Company and your neighborhood Atlantic dealer, the folks who keep your car on the go, and by P. Ballantyne & Sons, brewers of Ballantyne Beer and Ballantyne Ale. This is the home of Champions Network.